Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create super quick and simple square fast communion card. If you like this occasion, I've got something special for you. I just released my new collection called White Elegance. You can see the design papers, but also elements to fussy cut. And if you like it, I left all the links in the description down below. Later on in the video, I'm going to tell you about the giveaway, how to get it for free. For today's project, I'm going to use two design papers from Mniej Ni Wiecej. It is a Polish brand and I really wanted to try something new. So today's card is going to be with a square shape. So I'm going to use those two design papers to embellish my card. So let's create a card base first. I'm going to use 6 by 6 inches card base. I'm going to fold it in half and use my scoring tool to actually fold it and burnish it. And this is the best and quickest way. You can always use a bone folder as well. So now I need a panel that is slightly smaller. In this case, I'm going to use white. And I chose to use Faber-Castell pen. And this way, I'm going to add the color on all the edges. If you've seen my previous videos, I use gold Posca pen for creating all those frames. However, today I really wanted to try something new. And to be honest, I was very pleased how this color actually matches the collection I'm using for today's card. So when this is ready, then I'm going to create a square element that will go on top, which is slightly smaller. And you can choose how small or big it is. So when this is ready, I'm going to assemble those two elements together, and then I had a look at my stash and I decided to use a ribbon. But this one will be off-white, and what's really good about the ribbon, it has some gold thread on the edges, and I think this is just perfect for First Communion. How often do you use ribbons for your card making? I think First Communion is such a special occasion, it is just perfect, and it really screams use some ribbons for the cards. So I'm going to use my liquid glue to put the ribbon on my card. I'm going to turn it and add some glue as well, and then get rid of the excess of the ribbon. If you want, you can also use some tape. However, I find liquid glue the best option here. And as I told you, I've got a giveaway for this beautiful white elegance collection, which you've seen at the beginning. And if you'd like to get it for free, all the information is in the description down below. However, all the rules are: first, I want you to be a visible subscriber to my channel. I want you to like and comment all 10 videos in First Communion series. Today is the 6th video. Then I want you to choose any 5 videos on my channel, like and comment under them. Then you can download any free project from Buy Me a Coffee website, and I left the link in the description down below. And this way I'm going to have your email address. Then on the 10th day of video, First Communion series, I want you to leave the name of the free project you downloaded from Buy Me a Coffee website, and the deadline is the 10th of May 2024. So still you've got plenty of time if you want to get this collection for free. And yesterday I had a video with a shaped First Communion card where I created an SVG file. So if you'd like to check that video, it is at the top right corner, and I'm also going to leave the link at the very end of this video. So yes, you can check it out. So as you can see, I've got this slightly smaller square, and I'm going to add that beautiful color on the edges because I missed a couple of spots. So now it will be time to assemble those two squares together. Again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. If you do want to add some dimension, you can also use double-sided foam adhesive, and that will be perfectly fine. Now decisions how to decorate the card. And from the scraps I've got in my stash, I die cut some of the elements, including that beautiful embellished panel. I absolutely love it, and to be honest, pearlescent cut is the way to go for me when it comes to First Communion. How often do you use gold, metallic, or pearlescent cut for your projects? If you do have your favorite, please let me know in the comments down below. I really like the metallic and a lesson card especially, because when you tilt your card, it catches the light beautifully. Super special. And what's really good about creating your projects, I do recommend that you mix and match different white card, because very often we do have different brands, and to be honest, they do have some slight differences. And then when you tilt your project, oh my gosh, it really makes a difference. So now, as you can see, I'm using my liquid glue to attach all those elements together at the front of the card. And what's really good about this particular card, it's going to be flat in the envelope, which I think is really cool. So now I'm adding some dimension to that front element, and it's always a good idea to add few drops of liquid glue, then double-sided tape, peel off the backing, and few drops of liquid glue again, so this way that element will stay there forever, which I think is really cool, because we do want all our projects to last very long time, right? So as you can see, I'm going to use the blade of my scissors to peel off the backing. And yes, you can do it if you don't have a pokey tool on hand. Now, when this is ready, I'm going to add the name of the recipient and also a sentiment as well, because this card really needs it. This card is going to be for a boy, and I'm going to actually create that name in Canva, the website, and then print it. But before I do it, I'm going to add another element at the front of the card. I've got the beautiful die cut, and this one comes from a Polish brand as well. Craft a new design. I really like this one, and I think it is simply gorgeous. I'm using a leftover gold card from my previous project, and I'm going to trim it so it's actually going to fit behind my front element, and no one will ever know that you use a scrap piece of card. But to be honest, I do like to use every single thing I've got, because later on it will make sense and you won't lose money. You will save as much as you can, and you can be happy with all your beautiful cards to be used as long as you can. I'm going to trim off the excess slightly, and it is time to add a little bit more color, because at this point I thought it looks a little bit too plain. So using very light green alcohol marker, I'm going to apply the color on the leaves, and to be honest, it really matches the collection from Mniej Ni Więcej I'm using in today's card, which I think is really cool. So if you do have any alcohol markers, I do recommend you use them for your paper craft projects, like in this case. And you can always mix and match them. And if you want to achieve even more realistic look, you can use two different shades of the same color, and that will be perfectly fine, because alcohol markers really blend well together. Now I'm going to add some dimension to that element and put it on my card. So you know what's missing at the moment. We need the name of the recipient and also a sentiment. And for today's card, I decided to put the name of the recipient at the top and the sentiment on the very bottom. And this way, I'm going to have a very nice balance on my card. How often do you personalize your projects? Do you print the name of the recipients, or do you die cut all the letters using alphabet cutting dice? What's your preference? Please let me know in the comments down below. So now I'm going to add some dimension to the sentiment at the bottom, and then with the name of the recipient at the very top, I'm going to use a scrap piece of card, and I'm going to apply the color. So this way, all the elements are going to match on my card, and I absolutely love it. As I told you, I've got 10 days of First Communion series on my channel, so there are still a couple of days left in this series. However, I can tell you at the moment that I already have even more First Communion cards that I created. So I think I'm going to give myself a week break from First Communion videos and then come back to them with more inspiration for you. So, if you like this card, please let me know in the comments down below. And I also wonder, do you like to create square, rectangular, or maybe DL size cards for First Communion? Because I already have all those three in that series. So, which one is your favorite? Please let me know in the comments down below. When the name and the sentiment is ready, I decided to add something extra in the corner. So from Mniej Ni Więcej, I fussy cut that chalice and I'm going to put it on the card because I thought something is missing in the corner. And now the very last thing we have to do is to add a couple of pearls. So all the elements will match beautifully, especially with that pearlescent cut for the biggest die cut. So the cut is complete. I've got some pearls in the corners but also around a circle. There is plenty of space to write your message inside and the cut stands proudly on a flat surface. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And here you can see two of my previous videos in that First Communion series. So you can watch them now and enjoy more inspiration. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!